When plating a salad, you may find yourself having to balance out between aesthetics and what's functional for the eating of your salad. It's completely up to you what you do. Tingles with flyby. Daily ASMR videos. Hello and welcome to your own personal plating how-to session. So delighted to have you here today. And today we're going to be tackling a meal that presents its own unique challenges and opportunities when it comes to presentation. So I've selected a very scrumptious kangaroo salad as the basis for our lesson on plating salads. But a lot of these principles can be applied across multiple different types of salads, and we will discuss certain aspects and trade-offs that you have in the decisions that you make when presenting these items. So first, let me just introduce you to our ingredients. First, we have here the base of any good salad is, of course, some nice greens. We have a wonderful mix here, so you've got spinach, some red oak lettuce, green oak lettuce, some beet greens, so it's a nice mix. When you're looking for presentation, and even, my recommendation for any salad really is to choose a nice variety of greens, unless the particular salad calls for something for a particular reason. The reason for that is you get a variety of textures and shapes, and also for your nutrients. It gives you a more balanced nutrient profile in your greens, and just also looks beautiful, doesn't it? You could probably just put that on a plate and it would look quite wonderful on its own. Now we also have some nice, fresh, plump blueberries, and these are delicious. These grow over in the foothills of Tingledom, and they are just magnificent this time of year. They were freshly picked this morning. Now we've also got this kangaroo meat. Now this is wild-caught kangaroo, and it is sustainably caught. It's actually, we always make sure any of the kangaroo that we import here to Tingledom, that it is caught below the dingo fence, and so it's also contributing to the sustainability of those ecosystems. Yes, I know some people get a little queasy thinking about, eating kangaroo because they are quite beautiful animals. but it's a very healthy meat. It's very lean, and they are where they're not, so where they're below the dingo fence, they actually are a pest. They are overgrown, and so the consumption of meat can be part of controlling that population and making sure that caring for all the creatures on the land, not just the biggest ones. Yeah. So that's part of my personal beliefs on eating kangaroo, and it's a delicious meat. Very healthy for you as well. And then finally, we have this goat's cheese. It's a fresh chèvre, and it is delightful. This comes from Meredith Dairy, which is just over to the southwest of here, in the town. They've got a farm of goats there, which are fed and very happy, and milk daily, and this delicious cheese is the result. It's magnificent. It's wonderful. So this is a very simple salad, and I always like it as an illustration because it doesn't actually use any dressing. Dressing can help, could be a little bit of a crutch, because you can add beautiful swirls and that sort of thing. So with plating, I like to try and instruct you on almost the most challenging type. Now, if we look at our colors, we obviously do have a range of colors. We've got green, blue, white, and brown. So you've got nice contrast already built into the salad. So in that aspect, we're working with what we've got, but usually when you have a salad, you're going to have gorgeous colors. Unless it's all green items. It's a little bit more challenging, but usually salads bring out a lot of contrast with the variety of colors and options that you have in them. So, one of the biggest challenges that you face in presenting a salad is that you have a balance between what's the most functional for your guests or your family in eating the salad and what looks prettiest on the plate. So quite often if you see images of salad, you'll see all the meat fanned out in one area with, everything kind of in its own separate place. But when you're eating, you generally want a bit of everything in every bite. So these are the kind of two competing sides. You get a little bit more of an abstract type view if you go towards that more spread out look, and then you end up with a more elegant, centralized, satisfying look. If you go for the more visually appealing. So I'm going to show you both today. We'll start with one and then transform it into the second, because that's kind of what will happen. Even if you start with the first, you're basically then putting it on your guest to transform it into the second. So it's always a judgment call on what you want to do there. So I'm just going to set this to the side for a moment. Bring our plate into view. So with any salad, you're going to want to start by putting your lettuce on the plate. So I'll just grab a bit of lettuce, and I usually recommend just spreading a fairly even layer. Now salad because it is generally low calorie food, particularly your greens. People want to feel like they're getting a lot, so having it spread out almost to the edges of the plate could be nice. Not quite falling off though, I don't like that look. So we just try and spread it out. So we'll start there, then we're going to cut our meat. So with a piece of meat, you usually want to show off the cut of meat that you have. So you cut against the grain. You can see this has been cooked very nicely. You want your kangaroo pretty pink in the middle. It's not quite like beef. You want it a little bit rawer than you cook beef. Now, depending on your approach is partially how I would select the size. So these I will cut into smaller pieces when we transform. The larger size makes it a bit more aesthetic. Just move that out of the way. So you'll see here we've got this almost fanned out. We want to keep this pretty close together. And almost just transfer that and then just fan it out so you can see the meat a little better. I might move that a little bit out towards the edge. You see how it really draws attention to the meat that way. And then we'll just grab some of our cheese. When you're working in this aesthetic, you might even just break it in relatively large clumps and just keep it mainly together. We'll kind of even this out. This looks a little light on this side. Play around with it till you find, a look that you like. You can see there how you have almost 2 stories of the salad. And the eye-catching part is obviously the meat. That's really drawing the eye. And we could even kind of build this up so it draws the eye towards the center. Push that in. You can play around with it. But that's one method, is letting the meat kind of take preference and fan that out and let this work in a haphazard way. But the other way, which is a bit more functional, and still very pretty, just in a different way, is to break these up. If you imagine what sort you would want to scoop up on every piece of your fork. So here you'll make your cheese a lot smaller, probably, so we can just add more blueberries. Always want to make sure every piece of lettuce has a bit of coverage on it too. Just break up all the big pieces. And then just take our pieces of meat and cut them much, much smaller. Just imagine having a bit of kangaroo in every bite. It's actually quite similar to cutting up your meat for children when they're quite young. But it makes it so that the spread of your salad is very good. And it makes it a delight to eat, so that's why it's always a balancing act. And then we just spread these pieces around. It's just about evening it out. It's more abstract, but I think it can still look very, very nice when you have it that way. And so that is how you play. And so that is how you plate a salad, in particularly this delicious kangaroo salad. I think we should dig in now.